You are listening to Carry Culture Radio. The more you listen, the more you know.
Welcome to The Narrative. It's the way we tell the story of our guest through their words. My name is Cleve Osborne, documenting the history of our guests. In honor of Haitian Flagday, I've invited my good friend from Haiti, Mr. Lucky Pierre, a musician, and we'll have a little conversation. We invite you to join us as we celebrate Haitian Flag Day and the month of May as Haitian Heritage Month. The Narrative, documenting the history of our guests, their story in their own words, right here on The Narrative. Stay with us. That's coming up right after this.
When big names talk, they talk. To Cleve Osborne, right here on The Narrative.
Bringing you the stress release formula. Love Interlude 2025.
Taking time bomb is getting ready to explode. Our mission in life is to spread a little love, bring people together in love and have some fun.
The group is called Strings and Steel, and that's one of the members of that group is my guest today. You're inside The Narrative, bringing life and work into our cultural oral history. And my guest today is from Hispaniola. Well, actually, he's from half of the islands called Haiti. His name is Lucky Pierre. Lucky, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Cleve. Thank you for welcoming me. It's a great pleasure for me to be on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening over the years and following wherever I am. And thank you so much for your support.
Okay.
First of all, let's go back in history. Why was the island called Hispaniola?
Well, when the colonizers, led by Christopher Columbus, discovered the island was inhabited by Awawak Indian Tainos, and they discovered a beautiful land. So the Spaniard, they call it Hispaniola, which called Little Spain, because, the expedition was financed by the Queen of Spain, Queen Isabella.
Mm-hmm.
So when they landed on the island, that's why they call it Hispaniola. So the island, which is now divided into the Haitian Republic and the Dominican Republic, the whole island was named Hispaniola. And that's 1492 when Christopher Columbus landed on the island.
When he landed, right?
Yes.
I just don't want to get into the politics of it, but he didn't discover because there were people there already.
There were people there already. That reminds me of a little fight I had with it wasn't a fight. It was an argument that I had with a 5-year-old. Now that 5-year-old girl now is going to college. She just finished high school. She's going to college, and we were just laughing about this conversation I had with Crystal. Crystal used to come to the house all the time, and Crystal came to the house, and Crystal told me to tell me it was Columbus Day, and Crystal came to tell me about Mr. Christopher Columbus. And I told Crystal, Christopher Columbus was a really bad guy. She could not understand that because that's not what she just learned in school. and so I had to explain to her why Christopher Columbus was a bad guy. He wasn't the good guy that history made him out to be. So now she go tell her mom, Mr. Pierre said Christopher Columbus was a bad guy, and then the father was there. Father backed me up. Yeah, father said, yeah, he was a bad guy. This is what he did. It's a funny story, but that happened many years ago because Crystal was maybe 6 years old. Now she just graduated high school, going to college.
Right. And Speaking of
Yeah.
a young person that age, let's talk about your youthful days. What was that like growing up in Haiti?
Well, I grew up in Haiti in a middle class family. My father was a pastor, and my mother devout Christians in the Methodist Church. So it was a very strict family, and we would go to church not only on Sundays, twice on Sundays, also on Mondays, and sometimes on Wednesdays. At least 3 times a week we would go to church. And then, you know, life wasn't really easy because there were some tough days, because, with jobs and in Haiti, everything like that. So my sister, my older sister, the one, much older than me, who got married, was the first one who migrated to the United States. I think it was 1967. And when she came to the United States, New York, and she left her children with my mother and father. And, I was the uncle. And I used to go to school. I was the uncle leading the little kids to school. But shortly after that, a few years after that, my mother, father, the whole family went to New York. We migrated to New York. And when I migrated to New York, that was 1971. I was 15 going on 16 years old. I live in a nice neighborhood in Queens, New York. And, I started high school in Queens, New York. And then I ran into some friends in the park that I knew in Haiti. So these friends, we became a group of young guys that were just together all the time. And we decided to start a band, a high school band. But none of us really knew how to play. So we had some other guys that were older that were already in bands. They used to come to our rehearsal and give us training. That's how we started the band. That's how I started playing in high school. That high school band was named Patchou Combo. None of us were really good musicians, but we were really, really, really popular. For some reason, because we were so popular, a lot of bands, when they were playing, they invited us to do opening act for them. So that high school, the band, developed. We got better and better. Then everybody graduated high school. Then we became a college band. By that time, I had a few years. I had been playing guitar for a few years. I met this guy in my neighborhood who was into jazz. So he introduced me to jazz. Yeah, I remember, 1976. He introduced me to George Benson. That's the first time I had ever heard of George Benson. George Benson had just come out with the album Breeze In. This Masquerade was a major hit, and that just took me to opened my mind in a different way about music. So I had developed this new interest. Now I started learning jazz riff and jazz theory, and then he started giving me some lessons. So when I joined the Air Force have something they call a program they call Tops in Blues. The Air Force uniform is blue. So when they call it Tops in Blues, what the Air Force does, every year they have talent competition where the best in the talent competition at the base level, now they go in the command level competition, and they go in the statewide competition, they go to worldwide competition, and the Air Force does a tour. And the tour with the best of the musicians that they select to go on the tour is a program for the morale and the welfare and to motivate people to recruit for the Air Force. So when I was in the Air Force, I joined this program. So every year I was in the Tops in Blue program. When we're doing this program, you're not a military anymore because you were civilian clothes, because you're doing shows, everything like that. So I got a lot of training doing this program in the Air Force. And when I got out of the Air Force, I came to Miami I came to Miami because while I was in the Air Force, I used to come on vacation in Miami, and I really loved the weather. I remember the first time I came to Miami. I was in Illinois at an air base called Chanute Air Base, and I was in school at Chanute Air Base, and it used to snow every day. Every day we had, not inches, feet of snow on the ground. And I remember, I had a little vacation. I took a little vacation, and I came to Miami. When I left Chanute, Illinois, it was like minus 40 degrees. That's how cold it was. And then I came to Florida. It was like the temperature was in the 70s. And then some friends took me to Sundays on the Bay, Key Biscayne, and they had a reggae band playing at Sundays on the Bay called Pluto and Company. And man, I felt like I was in heaven. I thought I was in heaven. And I said, this is for me. This is what I want to do. Okay. So I couldn't wait. When I got out of the Air Force in 1984, boom, I came straight to Miami to pursue a career in music. Actually a double career, because, I studied avionics in the Air Force. Went to college and everything. So when I got out, I got a job in my field, which guaranteed me a paycheck to pay my bills. I got married, had children. And then I was pursuing my music on the side and became very busy in the music scene. The first group I played with, it was a group named Voila. I don't know if I'm saying too much.
No. You go ahead. I'm interested. I'm seeing a parallel here. So go ahead.
When I was in Florida, one of my friends from the high school band came down to visit, and then he said to me, "Well, there's a band that's forming." It's a band that's playing international music. They play everything they call Voila, and then I'm going to their rehearsal. Would you like to come? So I said, yeah, sure. I'll go. I'll go to the rehearsal. So I went to the rehearsal with him, and it so happened that the guitar player, he had to leave because he had to go to a wedding that day. So he came to the rehearsal, but he had to leave early because he had to go to a wedding. And then there was a guitar there. And my friend, he said, man, you play guitar. Just, hold on the guitar for them for rehearsal. I said, well, no problem. So, I started playing with them and everything started clicking. And they were having a show the following day. And they invited me to play in the show the following day.
Right.
The following day, they invited me to play at the show, and then I spent the next 4 years playing with them. After that, we kind of drifted apart. Then I started doing my own.
I apologize for interrupting you, Lucky Pierre, but before you go into the next stage, let's share some of your music with our listeners. Your current group that you play with, Strings and Steel.
Well, Strings and Steel is Eddie Martinez and myself. Eddie Martinez is steel and I'm string, the guitar. And it's a friend of mine who invited Eddie to a birthday party I was having at my house. That was in 2016. And Eddie's a very nice guy. I love the steel drum, but I wasn't into the steel drum in the context of a band. I loved the steel drum orchestra. I love the steel drum arrangement, but in the context of a band with guitars and synthesizers and stuff, I didn't see it in that context because I've played a couple of steel drum players prior in the context of the band, and I always felt like those guys, they were kind of overplayed. Because the steel drum is a melodic instrument, that do lead part.
Right.
Like those guys always want to lead all the time. Even when the singer is singing, they're leading. The guitar solo is going, they're leading. So I wasn't too much into the steel drum. But I met Eddie. I was recording my album, the double album called Anthology, which was celebrating 25 years of recording. And then Eddie was basically a new musician. He had not done any recording prior. And so I invited him to play a couple of songs on my CD, Anthology. And we just clicked. I found him to be very different. He wasn't too advanced at the time on the instrument, so he wasn't overplaying. And the person who taught him the basics, taught him well. He had a very sweet sound, a very, very soft sound that I really liked. And then I saw something different.
Right,
I saw something completely different. I said, well, this can work. This can really work, because I always saw the instrument as an instrument that didn't fit in the context of a band because of overplaying. But, the way I'm seeing this, I'm seeing something completely different. I can really start, arranging music around the steel drum to where the steel drum have parts.
All right, let's share this song with our listeners. It's called Love Interlude, featuring strings and steel. My guest at this time is Lucky Pierre, and what's Eddie's last name?
Eddie Martinez.
Eddie Martinez, and Eddie Martinez is part of, he's a steel part of the strings and steel. Of course, Lucky Pierre is the strings part. Let's listen to Love Interlude.
Bringing you the stress release formula. Love Interlude 2025.
It's a ticking time bomb. It's getting ready to explode. Our mission in life is to spread a little love. Bring people together in love and have some fun. Nobody will not go back.
This is The Narrative with Cleve Osborne.
Welcome back to The Narrative, and today as my guest I have Lucky Pierre. And Lucky Pierre is a musician based in South Florida. As you heard earlier, he's from Haiti, and he's a musician here in South Florida. He has a band called Strings and Steel and lived in Queens and really honed his skills in the music business in Queens, New York. Lucky, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
So, going to high school and playing music in your teenage years, what was that life like?
Those were the best years of my life, those years in New York, because we were a group of friends that multiplied because of the high school band, later became a college band. We were playing in all the festivals, and we were very popular. We were playing in York College, Queensboro College, Brooklyn College, Hunter College, all the colleges that were having festivals. We were getting booked, and then the older, more popular band, guys that are much older than us, that were professional, because we were not professional, we were amateurs. But professional bands used to invite us to open for them because we weren't looking to get paid. We weren't doing it for money, but they want us because we bring a crowd. So that was a lot of fun. It was fun. As a matter of fact, this group of friends from those years, we're still friends today.
Yes. Before we get any further, Strings and Steel, you all play here in South Florida. Is there a base where you all play?
Well, right now, Strings and Steel, as I was telling you how I hooked up with Eddie Martinez in 2016 when he came to a birthday party at my house, and I invited him to play a couple of songs because I was recording a double album that celebrated 25 years of recording, anthology. From that recording, I saw something very different from Eddie that I didn't see in all the steel drum players, because he has a really sweet, mellow sound, and he was moldable, as far as, arranging, taking the music in the direction I could arrange music for that sound that I was creating. And over the years, we were able to create that unique sound that was the Strings and Steel part, because the way Eddie over the years had developed a way that when he's not doing his lead parts, he's doing rhythm parts, but he's playing like a rhythm guitar. I teach him how to strum on the steel drum like a rhythm guitar will accompany. Traditionally, the steel drum is always doing some lead part, but we develop a unique sounds, and we work together from 2016 up to 2022. The steel drum, is a very in-demand instrument for people that are having small events doing solo stuff. So he's getting a lot of requests for the solo stuff. But me, I was more interested into building the band. While I'm interested in building the band, adding a keyboard player, adding a percussion player in the band, building the band, because I kept saying, we are on the verge, of exploding, we are on the verge of greatness, but at the same time, I'm saying we're on the verge of greatness. He's drifting more and more and more away from, because of his solo work that he's doing.
Right.
But a lot of the booking, I started getting a lot of booking, but when I'm getting booking now, a lot of booking I cannot get those bookings because his calendar is already, he already has something on the calendar doing solo here and there and everywhere. But those solo gigs that he's doing here and there and everywhere, the people they don't really have the budget to hire
a full band.
They don't have a budget to hire a band, not even a duo, but they have a budget for a solo instrument, which work out good for him, but it doesn't work good for what I'm doing.
Right, right.
what I'm building. So from 22, I started focusing more on Lucky Plus, which before I hooked up with Eddie in 2016, the band was Lucky Plus. So at that point, I decided to focus more on Lucky Plus. So at that point, I started doing Lucky Plus featuring strings and steel. If you seen that song that you just played there, Love Interlude 2025 is Lucky Plus featuring strings and steel. Because at that point, I could not focus all my energy on strings and steel because strings and steel availability. People do their thing. People do their own thing. People do their thing. What's in their best interest? What's good for them, man. I don't blame anybody for that, but I know what works for me.
Right, right. So let's share this song, Clock of Fun. Is that with Lucky Plus?
Well, Clock of Fun is a song that's go way back when I played with Voila. Many years, but yeah, I rearranged it with the steel drum. And it became a staple in the repertoire of strings and steel. It's one of the songs that people always request from strings and steel because Eddie had a really, really nice part on Clock of Fun. Clock of Fun was a really, really strong song in our repertoire.
How would you describe the music that you arrange? How would you describe that sound?
Clock of Fun is a soca song. Clock of Fun is a soca rhythm.
All right. Let's share that with the listeners.
Okay.
The clock struck 1, the fun begun. Struck 2, she took off her shoes. Sweet loving fun. The clock struck 3, she went down to my knees. Come on, let's have some fun. The clock struck 4, we got on the floor. Sweet loving fun. The clock struck 5, my head took a dive. Fun for everyone under the sun. Everybody come on, sweet, loving fun. Around the clock, we having fun. Struck 6, we begun to mix. Come on, let's have some fun. The clock struck 7, it felt like heaven. Sweet loving fun. The clock struck 8, someone came too late. Come on, let's have some fun. The clock struck 9, we arrived on time. Clock struck 10, we did it again. Come on, let's have some fun. Fun for everyone under the sun. Everybody come on, sweet, loving fun. Around the clock, we having fun. Here we go. Are you ready for this? You ready to party with strings and steel? Oh yeah! Here we go. We begun.
ready for this, you better step aside.
At one, the fun began.
We begun.
At two, she took off her shoes.
She got comfortable
She went down to my knees.
to my knees
At four, we got on the floor.
on the floor.
My head took a dive.
My head took
Let's get
a
it
dive.
together. Let's get it together. Get it together.
Let's get it.
Let's get it together. Get it together. Let's get it together. Get it together.
Let's get it.
Let's get it together.
This is not for the faint at heart. This is for the big boys and the big girls. Kiki Combo, are you ready? Hell yeah! You gotta be fit. Strictly still, we rock. Strictly still, the best in town. Are you ready? What time it is? Let me go.
Let's get it together.
Let's get it.
Let's get it together. Get it together.
Get it.
Let's get it together. Get it together.
Let's get it.
Let's get it together. Get it together.
So
Let's
sweet.
get it together. Get it together. Let's get it together. Get it together. Let's get it together.
This is The Narrative with Cleve Osborne.
And that song there, Clock of Fun, Lucky Plus. And Lucky, where are you based now? Where are you based now so that our listeners can, go out, and I've seen videos of dancing and fun stuff. I've made it out to, where are you based now, Lucky?
Well, after being busy nonstop from the studio, from the stage for the past 25 year plus, in December of 2025, after I finished all my engagements for the holidays, I decided to go on a hiatus for 2026. And I think it's a well-deserved break for me to kind of, step back a little bit. And maybe when I come back, I'll come back with new perspective, with new music. And I don't know where the break is going to take me, but right now I'm on hiatus. But I tell you what, my brother, since I decided to go on a hiatus, my phone hasn't stopped ringing. That's when everybody want to hire me. That's when everybody want me to play here and play there. But I'm holding firm. As a matter of fact, this year I only have one engagement that I'm committed to, and that's Rhonda Eyes Alliance fundraiser. Rhonda Eyes Alliance is a non-profit organization that is led that my wife Rhonda and I we founded. It's an organization that takes care of the eyes of the less fortunate, and we have been in the mission field for the last 18 years. Our main focus is Haiti, but we do work in. We have a clinic. We have 2 clinics in Haiti. We have 2 other clinics we collaborate to. 4 clinics we collaborate in Haiti. We have a clinic in Little Haiti in Miami. We do work in the Bahamas. My wife is an optician, Dr. Rhonda. She's totally committed, and this year we're celebrating 18 years, and it's happening Saturday, July 25th at the City of Miramar Banquet Hall. Well, I'm not going to be playing at that one. I'm going to play at the second one in November, because for the Rhonda Eyes Alliance fundraiser, having 2 events this year. One of them is in July and one of them is in November. So that's the only time I'm going to be putting a group together and performing live on stage. Right now, I don't have any performance schedule. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next year or toward the end of the year. But right now, I am on a hiatus.
Ah, okay. Well, it's nice that you're able to look ahead and say, well, okay, let me take a rest, recharge myself, and come back.
Yes, absolutely. And then I'm looking at, different trends in the industry. I'm looking at, how the music industry now is going more and more toward artificial intelligence production, which I don't like very much because it's like musicians are being replaced by machines. But I'm looking at the trend. I heard some people say that for the future, if you're not using good musician that's not using artificial intelligence, is going to be replaced by another good musician that is using artificial intelligence. So, so myself, I don't like that the direction that the music has gone, because I've heard some music that were really, really good, really, really excellent music that I thought were real people playing the music, and I found out they were created by AI. I was like pissed. I'm like, this is not right. Let me tell you a story, okay? Let me tell you a story. There's a DJ, good friend of mine, okay? DJ, very, very good friend of mine. And, I go listen to him play all the time. When I go to his club, he always plays some of my music and stuff like that. And then he called me to come and shoot. I do videos also to come and shoot, because he had a song. He had some dancers come and dance some salsa and to come and shoot for him. So he sent the song. The song sound fantastic. I mean, great salsa beat, great arrangement, horn line, punchy, back vocal, everything on point. Okay. So I went to shoot for him, and we had a great time shooting that video and everything. And then I'm talking to my friend, James Salsa. So I said, man, this song is really awesome, man. Who arranged that for you? He told me it was done by AI. But I went from loving the song and not liking it anymore.
Wow. Yes.
I'm like, this is cheating. This is not right.
Yes.
There you go. You have a DJ, okay, who's using, the popular thing that everybody's using, right, which is Suno AI. You put the right prompt in the machine, and the machine spit out this fantastic arrangement, a finished product.
I've heard several of them. Well, the month of May is Haitian American Heritage Month. What does that mean to Lucky Pierre?
Well, it's a month of pride, because, as you know, Haiti has had its struggle throughout the years, natural disasters, gang violence, all the problems, everything that you can think of. But one thing that they can never take away from Haiti is this brilliant revolution, this history that Haiti has. And Haiti was the first group of black people that got together, and you hear about freedom and liberty and freedom and justice for all that was created in Haiti. And when Haiti got its independence, Haiti did not keep it for itself. Haiti exported independence throughout the Caribbean and South America. Simon Bolivar went to Haiti, get supplies and ammunitions and weapons and troops to fight for the independence of America. Colombia and so many Latin American countries got their freedom thanks to the struggle of Haiti. And when Haiti became independent after defeating the French in 1804, Haiti, Jacques Dessalines, the general who finished the war, he didn't start it, but he finished it. He said, anybody anywhere in the world who are oppressed, you come to the island of Haiti and you are free. And a lot of people came. European people, Haiti has been so instrumental in promoting freedom throughout the world. Haiti has I had so much trouble. But the month of May is a month in the United States that is, they recognize the Haitian heritage. Haiti has contributed so much to our culture, the West to freedom. Haiti fought alongside the Americans in the Battle of Savannah for the independence. A lot of people don't know that, and it's not recognized by a lot of people. But during the month of May, it's a month of pride for all Haitians.
Why the month of May? Why the month of May?
It's the month of May because May 18 is Flag Day. Instead of having a one-day celebration for the flag, so they just celebrate the whole month.
Just to clarify further, the month of May was selected to celebrate Haitian Heritage Month to align with the Haitian Flag Day celebrations, which is May the 18th. It's a major national holiday commemorating the creation of the Haitian flag in 1803. This celebration became a month-long celebration in the United States in 1998. It honors the nation's independence, rich culture, and a history of resilience.
Haitian Heritage Month. And Haitian Heritage Month, it's not only people that were born in Haiti like myself. You have second and third generation Haitians, that never been to Haiti but have a very strong sense of pride in the Haitian culture. Like my children, my grandchildren. My children, they visited Haiti as adults. One of them hasn't been to Haiti yet. And my grandchildren don't know Haiti, but they know they have not been to Haiti, but they know Haiti. The Haiti is in their heart, and they know their history. It's a big sense of pride.
As a teacher, I worked at Miami Edison Senior High, which has a very high population of Haitian students and teachers. And I experienced the pride of the Haitian people there at Miami Edison Senior High.
When I was in school in Haiti, they teach you that in school. I mean, when I went to school, at 8 o'clock in the morning, the country stops. It's when all the radios plays the national anthem. That's when they raise the flag in all the school and everything. It's like the country stops, for a few minutes, playing the national anthems, they call that the Salinienne. They raise the flag, and the history teachers, they tell you that history, with a lot of pride, and they dramatize it, the plays and everything like that. So because it's a great story.
Yes,
and it hasn't been made into a movie yet, but it should be made into a blockbuster movie.
Once you speak it, you're going to be doing it next, right?
Yeah, it should be made into a blockbuster movie. The first Black Republic, the only slave revolt, that created a nation. I mean, you hear about Spartacus, but Spartacus, slave revolt in Rome and everything like that. They made a movie out of it, but he didn't create no nation.
Right, yes.
But one of the things is that Haiti has never been forgiven
for that revolt.
And it's not just the French. The French were the last one, but everybody got their butt kicked on that island. The British, the Spanish, they all got their butt kicked in that island, okay? Because they all wanted a piece of that action, because that island was so prosperous at the time. The wealth that was coming from Haiti, exploiting, with the African slave trade, the wealth of Haiti was more than the 13 American colonies combined. What was pouring into Europe at the time. That was prime real estate for those Europeans. And France, Napoleon Bonaparte, he did all he could to keep that island. But when Napoleon Bonaparte got defeated in Haiti, who benefited from that? The United States, because of about the Louisiana Purchase.
Right.
Okay, when Haiti was going to be his base. It has all those territories in Louisiana. At that time, France was practically bankrupt. They sold all the territories to the United States for pennies on the dollar. The United States doubled its territory. When you hear about the Louisiana Purchase, it's not just Louisiana. It's all those states surrounding states. The United States double its territory with what they call the Louisiana Purchase. It's a result of the Haitian Revolution.
Right. So we're up against the clock there. Lucky Pierre, my guest in the narrative this week. And I want to thank you very much for joining us here on the narrative and sharing your story with us. And I want to play this song, Endless Sweetness. But before we go to that, let me wish you continued success, and also with Rhonda's Eyes Alliance. I know the non-profit organization very, very well, and I want to wish you all continued success. And don't forget, reach out when you're having the event in July and again in November.
Okay, Cleve, my brother, I'm really thankful. I'm so appreciative of you giving me this opportunity to share my story with your audience. And everybody listening, I wish you all a good day, and may God continue to bless everyone and keep everyone safe.
Okay then. Lucky Pierre, thank you so much. We'll close with Endless Sweetness. Here it is, Endless Sweetness. I want to thank the listeners for listening to the program today. Stay healthy, stay safe until next time.